Dun, dun, do, 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 do. Dun, dun, do, do, do. Rob swallowed some kind of bird, and it's the last week. And then there's the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Am I Pick'em's crown? Burp.
Yeah.
Burp.
Yeah. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Speaking of crowns, fantasy football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I scored 180 points this week.
You did.
You had your best
Championship
game
week.
on the
By far.
championship, yeah.
183 points. I think that may have been my best game ever, honestly.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard to score that many points in one game.
There was no, and like if you look at my team, I squeezed out just about as many points as I could get out of my team too.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't enough.
I mean, yeah, nobody was beating Krendor that week.
Yeah, 183.
Okay, so Rob, if it makes you feel any better, had I beaten Krendor, you still would have lost to me.
Oh, well,
There you go.
no, I don't think that really makes me feel
No,
bad.
I don't
per
think it
se.
would at
I had 3 players in the 20s, 2 players in the 30s, and then everyone else got about 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get a lot better than that, dude.
Dude, but I mean, despite losing, I got to the championship game with my team like 80% different from what I drafted, probably.
That is true,
I
yeah.
did a lot of.
You got to the championship game in back-to-back years. That's
I
pretty
did?
crazy.
Yeah.
Too bad
And
only one of those
basically
years
pulled the
actually
Chiefs.
gave you
I
money.
know. Yeah, I did. I won the 1 year without money, and the second year it cock teased me, getting me into the championship game.
So maybe next year, Rob.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
So is that like, let's do a practice round first. Practice round.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I got my money back. So
Yeah, there you
My
go.
biggest
that'd be
waiver
nice.
wire pickup, Amon-Ra St. Brown. What a Detroit
Yeah.
Lion.
Yeah.
The last
Fucking
5
30
weeks.
points.
Last 5 weeks, Amon-Ra St. Brown got 24 points, 15, 23, 26, and 35.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Like, he's going to be the Detroit Lions star. He's
Yeah.
looking great.
Doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true,
That's
but
a good point.
yeah. Other news, I remember right after we recorded the last one, John Madden passed away, so that was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 minutes after we stopped recording.
Yeah.
Right,
literally.
yeah, God.
So, I mean, dude's a legend, like broadcasting,
Oh, yeah.
coaching,
Yeah.
the video game, just like everything.
yeah, his legacy will be forever cemented as I think as more of the commentator almost in younger people's minds than like the coach that he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like a generational difference in how people remember him, where it's like our parents probably more remember him as a coach, and then we remember him as a commentator mostly, and I think the generation after us probably mostly remembers him because of the video game.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be straight up with you. I'm in the video game camp. I don't even really remember him as a commentator too much.
Did you not, dude? He was a great commentator.
I
remember him
did,
for the
yeah.
Patriots Super Bowl way back in the day.
I watched I saw him commentate a couple of games, but I really started watching football in like 2009, and by then I think he was already basically
Yeah,
out
he
of
had
the game.
retired for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was just sad to hear because like it's like Madden has always been one of those like cornerstones. Like, oh yeah, another Madden game, John Madden. He's probably doing great. Like it's weird that we just got done talking about, not talking about, but I was just thinking the other day, like I haven't heard any much from him, but I was happy that he was doing okay, and then like a day later he died.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't even know about Madden was that I didn't realize that he was the coach during the Immaculate Reception game against the Steelers. I didn't know that.
Really?
I had no idea that
I had
Madden
no
was the
idea.
Raiders coach for that game. I had no idea.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shocking to hear. I mean,
Yeah.
but it sucks that he's gone because it feels like a little bit of football that feel good feeling like something always going to be there is gone now.
Yeah.
But at least like here's a guy who was not really controversial, was pretty much well loved by everybody, a player's coach, and just an all around legend. So it sucks to.
I really thought you were going to launch into an impression there, man. Listen, great. Here's a guy who was just an all-time legend.
He always loved.
I wouldn't do that on a obituary.
Yeah.
I always liked him with Pat Summerall because he was such a goofy whoa type of guy. And then Summerall's like, here we go, third down, coming in, and he makes it.
Yeah, they were the iconic duo.
Yeah.
He had a long life too, though, at least, which is good. He died at 85. I won't get near that.
Well, speaking of tragedies, like Rob,
just in general,
the Washington football team's railings. I don't know if you saw this one, but here you go. Let me link it to you real quick. Great stuff. So the Washington football team's railing fell over, and fans fell off. And they landed next to Jalen Hurts. Literally could have just fell on Jalen Hurts because he was walking out. And they didn't ask if anyone was hurt. They didn't ask if they needed medical attention. They just said, get the F off the field.
That checks out, doesn't it, Sin?
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds about right based off our experience with football staff. Yeah.
The sooner that football fans realize that literally no one in the NFL or involved with the NFL or stadiums in any way, shape, or form doesn't give a shit about you, the faster that everything will improve.
I think they care more about shit than they care about them.
They actually probably do.
Here,
I hope those people get to sue. Look at this. They probably could.
Doubt it.
I linked it the other day, but this is the actual footage of it happening.
Jesus.
So it's
it's so telling that people are like, "Oh, are you going to sue? Are you going to sue? Are you going to sue?" It's like, it probably didn't feel good, but it didn't look like anyone was seriously hurt. And plus, all of them got up and started trying to take pictures with Jalen Hurts. I think they're going to be fine.
I mean, that's true, but also it's a multi-billion-dollar football organization that should have better safety standards than allowing their fans to jump down.
Because they fixed the problem.
I'm sure they did.
Well, they've reported they fixed the problem by using zip ties.
Oh my god. Yeah. See, this is why they should sue. I hope they sue. Honestly, fuck Dan Snyder.
Hey, those things are strong, man.
This is this is the same stadium that a few weeks ago had that pipe burst and it was spraying shit water on everybody.
Yeah.
So he's like, you better not sue or I'll get out the shit water pipe. I'll fucking spray you down.
They could head over to MetLife and pick up their free medium soda instead.
Yeah.
But, you got to give credit to Jalen Hurts for at least acting like he cared.
I feel bad for him, dude, because he was helping him out, and then they all take advantage of him, put him into the fucking wall. Fuck off! He just helped you.
Yeah, he was trying to help people up, and all of a sudden, it's Jalen Hurts. Everyone busts out their cell phones and start trying to snap selfies with them.
Fucking embarrassing, man.
He just kind of has to go with it until the ground security is like, okay.
I mean, what else can you do in that situation if you're Jalen Hurts, right?
Well, he actually wrote a letter today to the Washington football team and NFL asking what follow-up action will be taken.
Dear Washington football team, a.k.a. WFT, what the fuck, a.k.a. WTF? Yours truly, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on the bright news for the Washington football team, they will be picking their name and logo on February 2nd.
I swear to God, Dan Snyder, if you screw this up, it's the easiest decision of your life, pitiful little oaf. Just pick the Hogs.
I thought we all came to the general consensus we don't care about them anymore.
Well, I say it, but I still kind of do.
Okay, we gotta do a pick'em's bet. Here we go.
I will.
All right.
What's the name gonna be?
Here's the thing.
It's gonna be
not what you want it to be. What do you think they're gonna pick?
Oh, it's gonna be the fucking Commanders.
I think it's gonna be the Armada, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say Armada too. I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do.
I think it's gonna be the Senators. Man. I think it's gonna be the Senators, dude.
Presidents or something, some stupid garbage like that.
I'm telling you.
I want to say it's gonna be the Senators, but I'm pretty sure there's a hockey team named the Senators. So
you're right.
I'm thinking it's gonna be the Wolves.
What's the name?
I'm okay.
What's the name of the Wolves? What's the team that the Globetrotters play? It's the Washington something. Is it the Generals?
Oh yeah, the Generals.
Oh yeah,
Generals.
I think so, yeah.
That's right. They'll probably pick that.
Yeah, I could see it.
I want the Hogs. I'll settle for the Wolves. That's at least like competent. Everything else is garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all terrible.
But my gut reaction says I feel like they may go Senators, but I hope
think
that
they are.
I hope that
honestly-
Senators not
I'm
gonna
almost
happen.
certain it's going to be Armada just because Dan Snyder's kept Washington football team for 2 years, and it feels like he's being very spiteful about the name change, and he
We're gonna
wants
pick the douchiest one possible.
Then he'll
man.
move
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
He's gonna move to London. They'll be like, oh, it's the London Armada.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
a
that would be
football.
kind of great, actually. If they could
Yeah,
go
it would be
that
pretty
route and
funny,
take it
yeah.
away from Friday. That'd be perfect.
The London Senators would be a more slap in the face.
That would be terrible.
It'd be pretty funny.
It'd piss off everyone in Washington and in London.
Yeah, they don't have a Senate.
Exactly.
I think the final big piece of news we had was Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Is the news just fuck Antonio Brown and move on? Because I'd really like for that to be the entire thing.
I wish it was, but I'm so like I'm really upset that like everyone just like automatically throws out, oh, it's CTE. It's like, okay, like let's not pretend that this dude hasn't been a grade A gourmet
Dude's a
premium
fucking moron.
douchebag
He's been
since since college, mind you.
So
This is before the hit happened in the Steelers game.
This
all right?
is I've got a list. I'm not gonna read this whole list, but I'm going to read the list starting from the start, just so you can see from the beginning. Kicked out of Florida International University after fighting a security guard. Don't touch me, I'm the franchise. His second year in the league, took a personal stretch limo to a charity event, had them open every expensive bottle of wine, rejected it, and refused to pay for it. Charity, remember? Then left.
That's just deliberately being a piece of shit, trying to be a piece of shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't want to say hate. I strongly dislike everyone trying to blame this on mental illness and CTE.
He's just a shitty person.
He's been proven a certified proven douchebag since he ever started playing football. And and everyone trying to excuse it, oh well, his ankle was hurting and he didn't want to go in, blah blah blah. And they start talking about these incentives. He had 8 more catches to unlock 333K. Okay, he just needed 55 yards to get another 333K, and then he needed 1 touchdown to get another 333K. That's a $1 million. And the reason why he has these incentives in place is because he's getting the bare minimum right now because he needs the incentives. Because if you give him the money, it's been proven that he's gonna go out there and be a total diva and not give a shit. That's the reason why he has these incentives. And Tom and BA and everybody were trying to get him in the game to get the incentive, because I actually think that they somehow, for whatever reason, do care about this dude. Okay,
Yeah.
but on top of that, that's what he needed for 1 more game, and he still had 2 games left to play. Even if he exited the game with an injury and say, "Look, I'm going to sit out my ankle, I just can't go," he still has Carolina at home next week, which is an easy matchup. He could have very easily got in. Tom would have give him the ball. You know that Tom wanted him to get those incentives, but he just flat out didn't. And come to find out, and this comes from Skip Bayless, that. Someone close to AB said that what eventually transpired was that he got mad that Brady started throwing Gronk the ball again, because Gronk was actually not getting the balls for the last game and a half because he'd been dropping so many. He dropped so many passes against the Saints, and Tom pretty much kicked him out. It was like, look, if you're not going to start catching the ball, I'm going to go. We got to go to somewhere else. And then AB came back and Tom started giving him the ball. He had 15 targets in the last game. So there was that thing where all of a sudden AB is like, okay, well, Tom Brady's got my back or whatever. But then in this game, for whatever reason, Brady just started going more towards Gronk, I guess because he liked the matchup. And then finally what exploded on the sideline was that AB said. Antonio Brown went to Brady and said, so I guess and this is coming from Skip Bayless's source. AB said to Tom, he said, so I guess you're back in with your boy Gronk, or something to the effect of that. And Brady and that pissed Tom off, because he's like, dude, like we're just like Tom Brady's just trying to win. At the end of the day, he doesn't really care about what the incentives are, who you are, whatever. Like he just wants to win, and it's a game that the Bucs had to win as well. An embarrassing loss to the Jets would have been disastrous.
Yeah.
So Brady walked away from that, and then that's when Antonio Brown got pissed off, and then you see or OJ Howard and Mike Evans trying to calm him down, and then he did his diva shit, and then and that was it, whatever. So. And then he just walks off the field. And, I played football for 8 years. I never came close to the NFL, not even college level. But one thing that you learn from the very beginning is you don't abandon your team ever. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the problem is. Unless you're injured and you got carted off the field or there's some kind of family emergency that you just have to go, you never abandon your team, no matter what the politics of the situation are. And no matter what is going on, you just don't do that. And AB, he's always been just an egotistical narcissist. This is just him showing it on display for the rest of the world to see. And, I really strongly dislike people like just say, yep, CTE. It's like it probably doesn't help that the dude took one too many hits to the head, but let's not pretend that he hasn't been like this since the start. Okay. And, I'm glad he's gone. I hope that no one decides to re-sign him next year. The Bucs still have not, at the time of this recording, released him anyway. But I didn't even want him on the team. If you guys even remember that, I didn't want him on the team. I was sad that he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl because I'm like, God damn it! Like AB caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Now they're going to re-sign him, and what happened? That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Godwin goes down. All of a sudden, Brady has to undercut BA's authority to say, like, look, we need someone to replace him. Like Mike is out. We don't have Leonard. Brady really supposedly pushed for BA to let Antonio Brown come back after the whole fake vaccination card. And then now, and after Tom gave tried to pull all these strings and favors to get AB back in the game and make him the number one again, then he goes out and does this all because he saw Brady throwing to Gronk more often, and then he said that his ankle was hurting. So screw AB. He should never ever be anywhere close to an NFL field again.
Oh yeah, no, he should be. If they ban people like Josh Gordon for like substance abuse policy, whatever, but then they let him play even though there's like sexual assault allegations, there's like the whole there's literally a list of shit. There's
there's a lot of
everything. The fake vaccine card.
Yeah, trashing hotel rooms. And you would think that a fake vaccination card would be like the worst of the worst, but no. AB has done this stuff since the beginning. He's done way worse, especially if some of the allegations are true against him. I mean, I had no respect for the dude, and I have somehow even less respect for the dude.
Remember the Raider camp? Like, my God.
He arrived in a hot air balloon. Who does that?
Came in on a hot air balloon.
That is hilarious, honestly.
He tried to fight Mike Mayock. Then he had to be held back by Vontaze Burfict, punted a football down the practice field and said, "Fine me for that," which he did get fined for that. Then he tweeted the fines. Then he was mad about his helmet. He froze his feet.
I don't think you need to say anything other than he got held back by Vontaze Burfict. Like, imagine what you got to do, what kind of crazy you got to be for him to be the one holding you back.
Yeah, seriously.
I saw somebody on Reddit trying to defend the hot air balloon thing, saying, "Hey, well, someone who's mentally stable wouldn't do that." I'm like, probably, but also someone who is a complete narcissistic douchebag would also do that. Yeah. It doesn't mean they're mentally unstable. Maybe they're just an asshole. Maybe they just think too highly of themselves. They're a diva. It's been like receivers do that. But, and people try to compare like him to T.O., to Terrell Owens. And I'm like, T.O. was a douchebag, but I feel like it's not even in comparison to some of the things that AB, anything that AB has done.
Well, like T.O. never had the kind of off the field shit that AB had, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, T.O. did like on field antics, which I don't know. I always thought they were pretty funny, to be honest.
He's kind of like Chad Johnson or whatever. He would just do that type of stuff.
But I mean, T.O. he was a clown off the field, but it was clowns doing clown things, not just straight up.
Terrell Owens literally cried about his quarterback being slammed by the media.
I
don't think
it's my quarterback.
I think T.O. somewhat still felt like he respected the game of football, and at least he never just flat out left a game mid third quarter or late third quarter when the team is down and actually needed him.
Yeah,
I've never seen that happen before, and it
is wild, honestly. I mean, I'll say one thing. I don't want to defend AB because, like I said, he has a lot of off the field issues that are like pretty much. Well, not exactly, but I just want to say like. Look, it is very possible that he has some sort of mental instabilities. However, I will also say that it does strike me as odd that everyone jumps to that without any kind of diagnosis from them or without being medical practitioners of any kind. There's no way that you can't diagnose someone.
Yeah, everyone turns into some kind of psychotherapist on the internet.
Yeah, that's the internet.
Ridiculous.
Internet's the expert on everything.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'll say that, but at the same time, it his actions definitely do worry me that he's gonna have more news stories coming up of a darker variety soon, which I wouldn't like, obviously. Like I and hopefully it doesn't go in that direction.
I know this anecdote has gone for a while, but I think that the big thing is that no one never really saw this shit before that playoff game. Is why I think. Even if this, I mean, no correlation does not mean causation, but just from like a visual perspective, like everyone knew AB was a bit of a diva, but I never heard about that college stuff or anything before like that game. It was like right after that game, suddenly everyone was talking about how shitty and annoying he was because he left the team, did the whole Raiders thing. Like I think it's just visually from that perspective. It's just we'll make that correlation even if it's not actually there.
I think that there's just a type of person who think that they're bigger than the game, and it makes you wonder what Tomlin had to go through with this guy, and then Tomlin couldn't handle it, and then you'd think that Gruden, like hard-nosed Gruden, like Gruden loved AB. He pushed so hard for him to get there. When he finally gets there, we all know what happened. The dude taped his coach, and and before that, like he live streamed what he did from the Steelers locker room. He live streamed from the locker room. You never do that. That is one of the most sacred places, especially after a game. You never let the world in there like that. And AB did that. Keep in mind, this is all before the Raiders. He went to the Raiders, didn't happen. Belichick, Belichick's got the system. That's he flamed out of the Raiders camp. But here, Belichick, a world champion, they know they're going to handle it. He didn't handle it. BA comes in. We get him here only because that Tom pushed for it. Like Tampa didn't want Antonio Brown. They didn't have any room for him.
Tom? What is Tom's deal? Why does he like AB?
I don't know.
What the hell, man?
I honestly think that Tom had a little bit of Captain Save a Receiver. Like I feel like he if there was one person in the world who could rein him in and show him the way, it would be Tom Brady. Like I think that's really what Tom thought that he could do. And honestly, like I'm not saying that Tom has been enabling this kind of behavior, but when you build this guy up for the coaches, when you build this guy up for the media, you try to defend him. And someone as egotistical as him, he's going to turn that into I'm basically untouchable at this point. If I'm Tom's guy, who's going to touch me? Tom's been pushing me so hard and pushing for me so hard. I can do whatever. And then we see what happens when he doesn't feel like he got the ball enough. And, and all of a sudden someone tells him no, and then he just blows up and leaves the team. So we got to move on. But screw Antonio Brown.
Sorry, Bear. We didn't do what you said.
Please, for the love of God, this is the exact opposite. Why are we talking about him so much? I truly don't get it.
Well, that's it. We're done with Antonio Brown. There's no more Antonio Brown from here on out.
Until the Jets game.
Until
we talk about today.
Jets game. All right. Well, let's begin football. Man, is this the Bears Giants?
They didn't show any of this game on Red Zone. Like they just were like, oh, by the way, red alert, the Bears scored again. I was like, oh, okay.
Mike Glennon at halftime had 2 passes, and they were losing by 20 points. So, New York Giants football.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, 102 yards.
He ended the game with 24 passing yards.
24 yards, 2 interceptions. They had 3 players catch passes, 2 for the running back who had 0 yards, Booker, 1 for David Sills, and 1 for Evan Ingram. That was it.
There's a reason Mike Glennon has not been playing football for a while.
Yeah. I
wish I would have locked the Bears. Like, I was going to do it as a joke. That it actually would have been a good luck. The Giants are that bad.
I talked about last week I said it with some reticence, honestly, Rob, the fact that the New York Giants are easily the worst team in New York now. But there's no question about that anymore.
There's no hope on the horizon. Really,
no, dude. Like at least you guys have some. Like there's a light at the end of the tunnel now, but they just got an abyss to stare at the moment.
Yeah, and everybody wants Joe Judge fired, but I don't know if they're gonna fire him.
Saquon had a good game still, kind of.
Yeah, dude. Okay, there's a little spark. There's like,
well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like,
gleam at the end,
because he's coming off his rookie contract probably like this year, right?
Oh, that's true.
I mean, it's got to be. I assume that they already extended him, or they're gonna extend him, or but I think next year is his extension year, and then he's probably a free agent. Let's be honest. I mean, teams don't really keep the running backs around. They let them move. So then you have Daniel Jones and then nothing else really. It feels like.
It's funny that Bear brought up the worst team in New York since 2017. The Giants are 22-58. That's tied for the worst record in the NFL with
the Jets.
Oh boy, the Jets.
The New York Jets.
The New York football Jets, baby.
If
you don't like that, you don't like New York football.
This is a fun Joe Judge quote. Mid his 10-minute rant, he said there are players that were on the Giants last year that have been calling him saying how much they wish they were still on the Giants and getting paid instead of getting paid more somewhere else.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's looking at
all my ex-girlfriends call me all the time. They wish they had ended up with this. Much more successful, man.
That happens.
They just want that medium soda.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Bears are like in an even worse spot because they're better, but like I say every week, they are in that like death zone of they're not bad enough to get top quality draft picks and all that, but they're not good enough to like win a playoff game or make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of.
That's not a good place to be.
I mean, on the upside, Nagy's probably done this year.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
And then they got Justin Fields on the roster. So I mean, there's something go. I mean, like they got.
Why did he not play? Was he hurt?
Yeah, he was hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just been all year. Has he been hurt? He's been hurt.
Their offensive line's trash, so that's probably why. Plus, they'd be picking 8th this year at this rate, but the Giants own their draft pick.
Yep.
So,
Jesus Christ, man.
Yep.
I wonder if it's even worth playing Justin Fields next week.
No, it's definitely not.
Probably not. Yeah.
Not
they
at
play
all.
who? The Vikings? Yeah. It's a meaningless game for them. For the Bears.
Speaking of meaningless,
the
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice train.
Losing to the Patriots, 50-10.
I'm happy to report that the Pittsburgh Steelers have been eliminated from playoff contention because of this game. And you're saying, well, that doesn't make sense. And it's because the only way the Steelers can make the playoffs is the Jags beating the Colts next week.
Yep.
So, sorry, Steelers fans, but we've been eliminated from playoff contention.
I mean, it's divisional. It could happen.
Did you hear the crazy scenario? So if the Jaguars beat the Colts, then the Chargers and Raiders play, and the winner goes to the playoffs. But if they tie, they both make the playoffs. So they were like, they could just take a knee 15 times each and both go to the playoffs.
Yep.
That is pretty funny,
it's
actually.
It's a super rare scenario that there's actually an exact tie. Going into the playoffs.
Would the NFL allow that?
I feel like they would have to discourage it, but I would love to see it.
There might be.
I would legitimately playoff spot.
Yeah.
Because that means if those two things happen, the Steelers beat the Ravens, and that means that the Steelers would be in as long as those two teams played each other. Literally, as long as they played each other, we'd be in. But
I think, like, I'm talking out of my ass here, but I'm pretty sure there might be like legal problems with I don't think they might not be able to do that. Like just take knees back. Like that would probably be like they'd pulled up on charges of like match fixing and shit.
Yeah. Let me see.
Especially now that money from gambling is in again.
Wow, yeah, I just did it. So if the Steelers win, the Jaguars win, and the Chargers-Raiders tie, the Steelers would not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And it's only because the Steelers lost to both the Raiders and the Chargers, thereby losing the tiebreakers to both of them.
Yeah. So it's wow, that's wild. Either way, then the Steelers would go to Kansas City and get shit on, so it's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But you know,
Patriots dropping 50.
Yep, Patriots dropping 50. Mac Jones going off.
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson, my sleeper pick. I could have started him. Rob could have started him.
I was considering picking him up, but even if I did, I would have still lost.
Yeah.
But
Trevor Lawrence threw a touchdown.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
There he did it.
Yeah. And
Nice.
3 interceptions.
That was a turn of events right there. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that Trevor Lawrence is just getting a bum rap right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
he's a
agree.
rookie, you know. It's
a bad situation.
But it's just
Can't
like,
judge.
do you see him becoming better on a different team, like even a mediocre team? Like how would Trevor Lawrence play like on like the Bears or even like maybe even the Giants? I think he'd be better.
Yeah, I mean maybe. I don't know.
He would have had like a coach that doesn't kick him. So
Yeah.
that probably
that's
helped.
true. Yeah.
help.
It probably helps not having a coach that kicks you.
What was the other team that passed on him? Oh, the Broncos. You know what?
Broncos.
He would be doing better on the Broncos.
He would
yeah,
do-
for sure.
The
Almost
Broncos
certainly.
would have been great with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't take him. It was Justin Fields who would have went to the Broncos.
Right. Or yeah. Or I you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of Mac Jones, who passed
Oh, I see.
who the Broncos passed on Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I was gonna say no one passed on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, no, it was the first overall pick. Yeah.
Barry, you gotta be feeling good about Mac though.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been feeling good about Mac.
Yeah.
He's rock solid. He's the exact quarterback we need, and it doesn't feel like we should deserve that at all.
No,
Like, it's
no,
still
not at all.
Just so ridiculous that we get. He's not even like a highly touted prospect in my mind. He's just this dude that showed up. Like, yeah, I can be the perfect Patriots system quarterback. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Well, at
Boy,
this
howdy.
rate, it seems like we're going to get another matchup of Bills Patriots.
Yep.
In the playoffs.
Yep, that's what
Oh,
it's
boy.
looking like it's going to be. If you
It's gonna
play
be a
out
good
all the
game,
things.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fairly even matchup, I think, at this point.
yeah.
But then
I
we really
think-
get the Belichick system in the playoffs to see exactly who's
The
going to be big brother.
only scenario I can see playing out where it'd be different would be if the Bengals lose to the Browns and then they drop to the 4 seed, and then the Patriots. Well, it wouldn't matter. Then the Patriots would play the Bengals, and the Chargers would play the Bills. So I actually think the Patriots have a better matchup against the Bills. They probably just hope for that.
Yeah. I mean, they know the team very well.
Yeah.
You know?
Plus, I think they're just built for the colder weather games, which it'll be cold no matter where they play, Buffalo or New England. So it'd be in Buffalo, but still, like,
Yeah.
I think it's
True.
a bad matchup for Buffalo, obviously.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It'll be a little fun time. Then we had Ravens. Ravens needed to win. They didn't.
Yeah. 20-19.
Yep. The old Rams special, 13 points in the fourth. Stafford did decent. Sonny Michel, 74 yards.
It was a pretty good comeback, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, watching it live.
I think the Rams are just a weird team 'cause it's like they look so dominant and then they just kind of squeak by here and there, like, hey, we barely did it. Like every
Yeah.
week, not just this game.
That's been their story this year for sure.
Yeah.
Is just getting by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just because, like, I mean, those 2 interceptions, and they just kept turning the ball over early. Like, Baltimore did not look good this game. Like, all of their points were scored off of turnovers, I think. Like, it was just the Rams beating the shit out of themselves. And eventually they were like, oh, wait, I got to win the game.
Like,
And they won the game.
let's see, this year, if you go back to, Matt Stafford, his last 3 games, he has thrown 5 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Jeez.
So, getting a little wild out there. Maybe he's injured, like, who knows, but
I mean, definitely. They're all injured now.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So But I mean,
trading Kyler Murray for him by the end of my fantasy season sure explains my fall from grace, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I will say though, like I just wanted to check because we're near year-end stats here. So I mean, listen to his year on the Rams: 4,648 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 15 picks. I mean, 15 picks is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but 38
solid ratio,
touchdowns.
Man.
Yeah,
that's a 2-to-1 KD in my book.
Yeah, exactly.
That's no 30 for 30, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I didn't realize the Ravens are actually still in it.
I didn't either. I'm pissed.
Yeah, so if the Ravens beat the Steelers and the Raiders beat the Chargers, then the Ravens make it in, and they would play the Chiefs.
That means the fucking Ravens are making it, dude. You know it.
I would literally scream, I think.
Yeah,
like primal scream.
You'll be pulling an Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator scream.
I don't need this voice anymore. I'll just give one last hurrah.
If they're in, does Lamar come back for the playoffs? Would he be back?
Yeah, most likely. I can't see them going with Huntley.
Oh wait, they also need the Colts to lose to the Jaguars. Never mind.
Oh boy.
Yeah, never mind. It's not happening.
Seems unlikely.
But if these playoff scenarios are like, so if the Jets beat the Bills, then the Colts would play at New England, Buffalo would go to Kansas City, and the Raiders would play the Bengals. This shit's wild.
Damn. Yeah, the Bengals can still get the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
It's a really wild year, honestly.
It is.
Very
close.
And imagine if we just didn't fucking tie the Lions. We'd actually fucking just need to win this game and we'd be in.
Yep.
I mean, would you want to be in, though?
No, we're not going anywhere.
So then we had the Buccaneers-Jets, everybody. Buccaneers-Jets.
Yeah, man. Surprisingly tight game here, too.
Yeah,
Never been that close, Rob. Should have never been that close.
I mean, honestly, like if AB didn't do his thing, we might have won. Like we were kicking ass while he was playing.
Yeah. I mean, the downside for the Buccaneers right now is they're just injured beyond belief at this point.
Yeah,
we've been decimated by injuries. I mean, I'm glad that Gronk is like back in full swing, but it was a soft matchup on him, which is why Tom kept going to him.
Yeah.
The 410 and 3 touchdowns, man.
Yeah.
Good Lord. And I
He's
don't
been
think
putting up
anyone in
numbers
the
like
world.
that all year.
Say it again.
I say he's been putting up numbers like that all year.
Oh yeah. Dude. It's ridiculous. He's having one of his best seasons ever.
Yeah. It's insane.
Ever. He just gets better and better. I mean, I don't think there's anyone in the world who didn't see what was coming as soon as the Jets bungled that 4th down play. Well, what even happened with that, Rob? I saw that Salah. That he was pissed because it broke, but like, what happened on that play?
They went for a QB sneak on 4th and 2 up 4, and I think that's really all you really need to say about that.
Satisfactory.
Well, I mean, the Jets had no reason not to go for it. Like,
why the
going
fuck are
for
your quarterback sneaking on?
Exactly.
Why? It's the quarterback sneaking. I mean, honestly,
that's
like
the problem.
People in the Jets subreddit were really pissed because they were going for it on 4th and 2. But it's to me, I don't mind that they went for it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't mind that they went for it. And on top of that, like, you're already up 4. I mean, they need a touchdown to win. I mean, what at best do we tie and go to overtime if Tom Brady comes back, and you assume that he does?
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
I mean,
I'd rather us get the touchdown.
Like Braxton Berrios was basically unstoppable because no one can see the dude on the field. Like,
yeah.
Just do a pitch out. I mean, he's so quick and agile. Like, they could have easily gotten 2 yards just with a quick little screen or something.
It's the QB sneak. That's the thing that just blows my mind. I don't know why. There's 2 yards. There's 2 yards. if it's 4th and 1, okay, I get it. But like it's 4th and 2. There's 2 yards.
But I don't remember where I read it. I don't know if it was on NFL.com or ESPN, but I read somewhere that Robert Saleh said that was a broken play. I don't know if it was designed to be a sneak or not, but something happened on that play that didn't go to plan, and he was pissed. Like Robert Saleh said, he was upset that play got bungled so badly.
I mean, that would make sense if Zach Wilson just like panicked, dove forward. Like maybe
I'm not sure, because I feel like the play should have been just a quick pitch out to Berrios. I mean, and he was just gone. I mean,
either way, that Zach Wilson has definitely looked better.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So,
especially the past several weeks. Yeah. The pass. I mean, look, this is actually very classic fucking Jets to like look like pure ass, like historically ass. All
historic
year.
ass.
and then the last couple of games, they're like, oh, you know what? Actually, they look pretty good. This is pretty exciting. We almost beat the Bucs. I mean, Zach Wilson. Yeah, and Zach Wilson again hasn't thrown a pick. It's been 5-6 weeks now that he hasn't thrown a pick. So that's got to be a continuing streak for him too. In the league, like he's one of like the top 3 or 4 QBs that haven't thrown a pick in however many completions or pass attempts or whatever. So that's really good. I mean, it's really exciting. And the other thing that's exciting, I mean, he didn't do it in this game, but I mean the past couple of games too, he's been using his legs more, which is also good because he did it in college and he just didn't do it in the NFL at all. But now he's been doing that. He's been looking a lot more solid. So I'm happy about that for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
at
what?
least they made it an exciting game to watch because there was nothing else going on.
Yeah. The Jets have doubled their win total from last year. So, I mean,
that's
improvement.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we almost beat the Super Bowl champs. Look at that. They were winning the whole game until Tom Brady's fourth quarter comeback.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, I could see after like another year of drafting and like getting some free agent or something, like I mean, you got like Berrios, you got Michael Carter, you got Wilson. Like, there's some good players here.
Yeah, I mean, they're apparently they were talking about contract stuff with Berrios too. Which, I mean, honestly, at this point, he has been like the most solid receiver we've had all year. He deserves another contract with us for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great returner too. So,
how bad do you think Le'Veon Bell wanted to get in the end zone there? Though, like, he was like, he's really trying to get hard to get in there to stick it to the Jets. But he did okay in his like snap signing. So I
think they could get to like 500 next year if they keep going at this rate.
It depends, like we do have a lot of draft capital. We have cap space, so I mean they could make a push next year depending on what they decide to do. I don't know. Joe Douglas, the GM, I've been negative on him before and positive on him before, but I would say overall, like, if I were the GM, I would be obviously I wouldn't be making the same kind of moves because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But I mean, like, the kind of moves that he's making are the ones that I've been asking for forever. Focus on O-line, focus on offense a little bit, get some pieces for our offense to play with because we've never done that like ever in the history of the Jets. So, I mean, there's, I guess, hope.
Yeah, dude.
There it is. Go. I guess hope. Jets 2022.
We'll see what happens.
Then we had the Bills beat the Falcons. This one was pretty wild because it looked like the Bills were imploding again.
Yeah, the Bills are lucky they're playing the Falcons, is all I'll say.
Yeah. Of all the teams.
They Falcons it up, scoring a whole 0 in the second half.
You can't come into a game, throw for 120 yards and 3 interceptions and win most of them. Like, that's,
like
the
Josh
Bills are
Allen,
fortunate.
3 interceptions, 11 of 26 for 120 yards. Like, what's he doing?
Yeah,
he's running the ball. Is what's he doing?
I mean, he's running well, but like, you gotta pass it.
That's not the Josh Allen that we know. Like,
like, we're only like a week from the playoffs. Like, you got to get ready.
Playoffs. Yeah, they have been really, like, I feel like I'm getting real cold the past several. I mean, granted, they won this game.
They did win.
One of those deals where it's kind of like the Rams, where it's like, man, you guys look great when all the cylinders are firing. Yeah. When they're not, like, what goes wrong?
They are a good comparison with that, I think. They're like the Rams of the AFC. It feels like they can beat anybody, but they can lose to anybody. Yeah. It's weird.
I will say, I mean, Josh Allen's still having, I mean, despite throwing 3 picks in this game, he's still having a great year, statistically speaking. And he'll probably finish out the year like in the, I mean, I don't know. At this point, I guess he's been in the league for a while. We could probably rank him now. Is he a top 10 QB? I'd say
he's top
probably.
Back, dude.
I don't know about top. Yeah. I mean, maybe he is. Yeah, I mean, he was in like MVP consideration earlier.
I think right now he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL for sure.
You're probably right.
I wouldn't say top 5, definitely top 10.
I would say you got Brady, Rodgers, Burrow.
Yeah.
I would put them all
I don't know about
I think Burrow's up there. I mean, Burrow's got 4,600 yards and 34 touchdowns.
I would take Joey B before I would take Joshy A.
No,
really?
No way.
I mean, look, if we're looking
Absolutely
statistically speaking, then they're roughly equivalent. I mean, Josh Allen has 4,100 yards and 34 TDs as well. And also, I don't know how many rushing touchdowns. Yeah, he's got 6 rushing touchdowns and 700 yards on the ground, too.
He's a dude. Now. Every time I watch Josh Allen play, I'm reminded of how good he is. Like, he's so strong. And I know it's a weird fucking thing to say about a football player, but like he runs dudes over as the quarterback. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. He really reminds me of Cam Newton back in the day, like old school.
Yeah,
Cam.
That's actually a good comparison. I think he does have the same play style. I think it just depends the type of team you have. Like I think Joe Burrow's gotten sacked 51 times, most of the NFL, and he's still putting up those numbers.
Exactly. Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Like, that is wild. And then, Pat Mahomes. Almost forgot about Pat Mahomes.
Right, of course.
I said that, yeah.
Yeah.
They're randomly good again.
Yeah.
I put Stafford above Josh Allen for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
I think that's probably fair, actually.
Be careful, dude. People, the general football audience, all think Matt Stafford sucks. It's very weird.
It is weird.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's very weird how many people think Matt Stafford is a terrible quarterback.
You know what I think it is actually is because our podcast, I think we were pretty positive about the Matt Stafford signing, and we were like, yeah, he's one of the best QBs in the league. But apparently, but popularly speaking, that was not the take. I think all the football talking heads were like, this is a horrible decision. Matt Stafford stinks. He's never won anything and all this stuff. So I think generally people,
Lions.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, how are we more level-headed at the Three Guys and a Bear football podcast?
I mean, just to put it into perspective, they wanted to move on from Jared Goff because they were like, he's not good enough to carry this team. So they go to Stafford. Yeah. Stafford has thrown for 4,600 yards and 38 touchdowns. The most that Jared Goff ever threw was 32 touchdowns in 2018. Most ever.
And that's a lot, but yeah
like last year in their playoff run, he had 3,900 yards, 20 TDs, and 13 interceptions.
Yeah.
Like, Stafford is miles ahead of him.
Yeah.
Stafford did all that while being on the Detroit Lions, keep in mind.
Yeah, exactly.
So they'll be.
I agree.
He's very good.
But then here's another one, because I know he doesn't get a lot of play this year because their team is fucking stinky garbage town. But I mean, Russell Wilson's still Russell Wilson at the end of the day. I mean, even if he's not necessarily having an incredible year,
he had
he's
his
still one of the
finger
best.
thing. So
yeah, exactly.
And I think it affected him longer than what he gave it credit for.
Yeah.
I think right now I'd rather have Allen than Wilson.
We'll see what happens with Wilson too, because he might go somewhere else.
I can see it.
Come here.
He might. He could be the next Steelers QB.
Yep. So that happened. Then we had Bengals Chiefs.
Yeah, dude.
Woo!
The Bengals are pretty good.
Winners.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're pretty
A
good.
winner is you.
Or the Chiefs are choke artists.
Well, I think
did forget how to play offense at the end there. Just kind of forgot.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they're that team where like playoff games, just like us, they're gonna either win 34-31 or lose 34-31.
Right. Yeah.
This is another notch in the belt for Jamar Chase's Offensive Player of the Year. I was going to say Rookie Offensive Player of the Year, but maybe even just Offensive Player of the Year, because
he's not a quarterback.
Wild season.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
266.
But I mean, look at it. He's got 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns as a fucking rookie.
Yeah, but he doesn't throw the ball, so
yeah, true.
Jamar Chase should get Rookie of the Year. I've been saying that for a while.
Oh, there's no
now.
doubt, right? I mean,
he is an absolute monster, and my God, we talk about the Steelers who draft good wide receivers, but man, what a pickup Jamar Chase has been.
Like he is literally only behind Cooper Kupp, who is the leader in receiving yards and touchdowns.
Balling the fuck out this year. Yeah. So, there's no shame being behind him.
So, he's got 13 touchdowns, Jamar Chase. So, he's second. And receiving yards, he's behind Kupp, Justin Jefferson, and Devontae Adams.
That's it. He's a rookie.
That's the elite company. That is best of the best, man.
Yeah.
And you would think that a fantasy team who has both Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp could get a touchdown for 1 week against Trevor.
Sad times.
Yeah.
But
Bengals are a weird team.
Derrick Henry on my bench since week 8. All right, we're all suffering. We're all in pain.
I just want the Bengals to like actually win a playoff game. That's all I want.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, this has got to be a team that, like, if the Bengals don't feel confident about this team winning a playoff game, what do you need? You know,
this is it
at that point.
This team
It
is
does
like
feel weird to
so
me
much
though.
better.
This Bengals team, like it feels it you know, like you guys are saying that the Rams and the Bills, they could beat any team. I feel like the Bengals could lose to any team.
Yeah,
you know, like any team in the league could beat the Bengals.
Bengals Jaguars. I'm not sure. You know, like who knows what could happen.
It's they're such a confusing team because I mean they seem so good a lot of weeks, and then some weeks they're just like, what? They're like the Bengals again.
They lost to the Jets.
Yeah,
they lost to the Jets. They got pile driven by the Browns.
Yeah.
They got
the
crushed by the Chargers. Yeah. 49ers, they lost.
They lost
in
to
overtime.
the Bears too, apparently. Forgot about that.
They got lost to the Bears. I forgot about that. So
you know what? Maybe that's why I think that way, is because they only lose to bad teams. Is they just get their ass handed to them.
They did only beat the Jaguars by 3.
Yeah.
Remember that? I remember that game.
You got me real hung up on whether it's pile driven or pile drove.
We'll never know. But then you look at their wins and you're like, okay, well, they absolutely, shit stomped the Ravens. They shit stomped the Steelers twice.
Yeah.
They shit stomped. Well, no, they shit stomped the Ravens twice actually too. They shit stomped the Lions. Most of their wins are shit stomps. So.
They outscored the Chiefs 17-3 in the second half to win this one.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know.
They just turn it on. I mean, they've got the talent, so it's not really honestly that surprising that they've got the ability to flip it into the second gear, But I guess it's just a matter of accessing it, or at least figuring out how to in these circumstances.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Buccaneers just tweeted out it says Tom Brady's got jokes, and this is one of those times where it is an unfortunate omission from the Twitter image preview window. Because it looks like Tom Brady is just having himself a moment on the sidelines with himself.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have to show you. I'm gonna have to show you what I'm seeing, because like if you just go there, I'm pretty sure it's gonna show the full image. But I'm gonna drop it in our chat here.
Just and then Krendor, I'm sure will put it in the.
He won't
in the description.
There it is.
Oh yeah. No, it looks like he's beating his meat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the face of shame I make when I do that.
Yeah, I also do it standing
everyone's
up.
Emotion after it's over, like that moment when it's still in your hands and you're done. You're just like, oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then we had the Titans and the Dolphins.
You're gonna have to post it, otherwise people are just gonna think you're being weird.
No.
Titans, Dolphins.
Hey, it's what we said. The prophecy. The Dolphins getting fucking annihilated because they've been playing bad teams this whole time.
I don't know why I even picked the Dolphins after we literally were like, wow, they're bad. They play bad teams. I was like, hey, you know what? The Titans lose to bad teams, and then they didn't.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the Discord picked the Titans by only 51%. So
oh my goodness, we massaged the vote too much.
Yeah. Titans good, Dolphins bad is what we got from this game.
Yeah. Dolphins have always been bad.
Yep.
We were fooled by a schedule.
Yeah. The Dolphins.
Go on.
No, you go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I'm still continually surprised by the Titans this year specifically, because I really thought Derrick Henry was the whole team, but it's not. I mean, he's a very obviously integral and solid part of the team, but I mean, they're 11-5, man. Like they'd
be best team in the league, I think, with Henry.
Yeah, probably.
What
Deontay
madman
Foreman
picked the Dolphins to win this game?
I went 15-2 this week. If I would have picked this game,
15-2 this week.
Well, if I would have picked this game, I went 16-1.
Well, yeah, if you picked the Lions, if you didn't do two stupid picks, you had a perfect day.
To be fair, the Lions are playing Seattle, and Seattle's kind of stinky.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys really should have won, but they didn't.
These people should have won. Let's talk about the next game.
Yeah. Either way, Deontay Foreman, honestly, when they get Henry back, then they know Deontay Foreman can slide in there and get some yardage too. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, you know what? They remind me a lot of Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
They got a 1-2 attack right there.
Mm-hmm. It's actually interesting because right now in the playoffs, you have like these high-powered passing offenses like Kansas City and Cincinnati and the Chargers and the Bills, and then you've got like the Patriots and the Colts and the Titans who just run it down your throat.
Yeah.
So it'll
it's feeling a little bit more old school these days.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes out if they play each other.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully next year they can split carries so that Derrick Henry doesn't get destroyed.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And then, like I called it, the Raiders beat the Colts.
Whatever. You
I knew it. This was a Raider win from a mile away. If there's a game the Raiders know how to win and the Colts know how to lose, it's one of these.
I'm looking at the stats and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened this game, because like both teams have similar like stats, but the Raiders have 2 interceptions. So like, how do they get 23 points over the 20 points of the Colts? Like, those must have been the 2 most useless interceptions for the Colts, because I didn't really get to see most of this game.
Yeah,
so
much of this.
I don't understand how they lost.
This was a game that was built on special teams and Hunter Renfrow, basically. The Colts special teams that's been their Achilles heel this entire season, and it continues to be that.
Yeah, the Raiders got a touchdown, right?
Yeah, you really, this was one of those games that you didn't even see a highlight of or like saw anything on the red zone until like it was close to the end of the game. It was a disappointing game for the Colts.
Darius Leonard has forced 7 fumbles this year.
That is wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. The madman be doing madman things.
Yep. And TJ Watt, by the way, 21.5 sacks, and he didn't even play all the games.
That's absurd. That's pretty close to. I mean, I don't think it's.
He is 1 sack away.
Wow.
From the record, really?
From the record, he was 1 sack away.
Wow.
And he fucking would have had it, but he got held on the play, literally fucking tackled. And so the sack went to the literally there was still a sack on the play, but TJ Watt had it and he got fucking tackled.
Wait, are we still talking about the Colts game?
So the Colts game.
We took it away from it for some reason.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, TJ Watt's not on either of these.
Just brought up TJ Watt.
Yeah, I was looking at stats and I saw that. Jonathan Taylor, 108 yards, touchdown. Wentz threw a touchdown, 148. I mean, this was like a solid, both mediocre team play game.
But the Colts aren't a mediocre team, so it's annoying.
They're not.
Yeah.
But they're the same record as the Raiders now, who are a mediocre team.
They really know how to fucking lose. This is the Vikings of the AFC right here.
They are who we thought they were.
Can we just say too, like, is also looking at stats, Jonathan Taylor, 1,700 yards, 18 touchdowns. He also caught 2.
Yep.
And he's averaging 5.5 yards per carry. This is he's I mean, I know this isn't technically, I don't think it's even close to like the old LT records and stuff. But,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very, very good running back.
He should win MVP, but the not quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. He's so good.
Season.
Let's see. The LT's record is like
but
like
have you
2,000
considered
plus.
Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? Because neither of them, they do play football.
Don't play those underrated players.
Yeah.
So the top 10 of all time in rushing yards, that's actually pretty close. So Eric Dickerson had 2,100.
Right.
Adrian Peterson had 2,097 in 2012. Jamal Lewis, 2,066 for the Ravens in 2003.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders had 2,053 in 97, and Derrick Henry had 2,027 in 2020. So last year, he almost got up there.
I mean, he could theoretically break 2,000 yards, but it would be like kind of unlikely.
He's gonna have to go for like 400 yards.
It's also one of those things where we're like in the extra week of the season, so it's like it doesn't feel as
right. That's true. Yeah.
Even if he were to do that, there'd be an asterisk saying there was actually 18 games for some reason this season.
It'd be like it's the old 2021 extra week season thing started, and they do that. Either way, then we had the Eagles and the football team.
It was kind of just
yeah.
I mean, the Eagles had to win it. They won it.
Yeah. They almost lost it at the end, actually. It was kind of Eagles football. They threw for 0 touchdowns, and Hurts also ran for 0 touchdowns. But Boston Scott ran for 2 touchdowns and 47 yards.
This is the last time I'm picking a quarterback in like the 5th round of like the fantasy drafts. I'm not getting stuck with Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts again.
I always take early. I take early.
Yeah.
With the QBs, and it pans out mostly.
Yeah. He's been making the finals, so yeah.
Hey, I also took early. Got the Aaron Rodgers pick.
Right? Yeah.
Dude, you were fucking starting half the Green Bay offense on your AFC championship
they were
team.
getting me like 80 points.
Yeah.
And actually, I forgot to mention this, but I wanted to bring this up. I want to get extra points in fantasy for taking 3 Jets players on my roster and making it to the championship game.
Well, you don't get points for that, Rob.
I know, but I should.
Well, at this point, the Eagles are most likely to play the Buccaneers, and I could see a little Eagle upset there.
No,
I could see a little Eagle upset.
No, you can't.
I mean, birds historically enemies of pirates. So,
That's true. Very true.
Based on the fighting logic that we've proven to be good and sound.
Yes.
I still need to make that chart. I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do. Remind me
that
at the
chart.
end of the podcast. I'll
All right.
And Rob, you're an artist, so you can actually like draw out like the animal.
I could draw the battles. Yeah. Although that would be hundreds.
Doesn't draw animals.
That's also true. I'm not big on. I'm not good at drawing animals.
Then
that's gonna make it even more interesting.
We had the Chargers beat the Broncos. Who would have guessed that? Except everybody.
Yeah.
One time, I would have loved for the Broncos to win because then the Steelers would have a much easier route into the playoffs.
Well, Drew Lock is a guy. Melvin Gordon.
Melvin
Gordon.
Who's he playing for now? The Chargers? He's on
the
Broncos.
The Broncos?
Wow.
The Broncos.
I heard he's the 3rd.
That's fucking
he actually is.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean the Broncos are literally like if they could just get a quarterback, they'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Teddy was doing pretty well all year. It's just that he,
But imagine if like Russell Wilson went there or somebody.
Right. Yeah.
They'd probably have like 12 wins right now.
Yeah. I wonder, so this Broncos team, I think they're good and they're better with a better QB for sure. But they're not like the Peyton Manning era.
Oh,
before,
yeah, no.
right. Because the Broncos were like that before Peyton showed up too, where it was like, yeah, this team's good. It just kind of needs a QB, and then Peyton came in and won a Super Bowl with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think even if you put, I don't know, Russell Wilson or I don't know, Aaron Rodgers or something on this team, are they like Super Bowl contenders immediately? I don't know. I don't think they're there necessarily.
I mean, it's the AFC. There's some wonky ass team. I think they'd be in the
That's
running.
True. Yeah.
So.
It's true. I could see that. Yeah.
But they don't got that, and they're not. So the Chargers look like they can make a playoff game if they just win next week. Shouldn't be too hard. You got Justin Herbert, right? It's the Raiders. Should be able to win that one. Austin
Eckler.
Chargers. Yeah, right Chargers.
Right Chargers.
Right. Then we had the 49ers Texans. Hey, Trey Lance played in this one.
He did.
Yeah.
He actually looked like he knew how to play quarterback.
Yeah. 249, 2 TDs and a pick. Sure, it's against the Texans, but I mean, you got to take what you can get.
Yeah. I mean, look, the thing is, people try to give caveats when teams beat bad teams or players beat bad teams or whatever. But it's like the good players consistently beat those teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't do that, then you're not a good player, right, in the league. So if being able to do it is still important and solid.
And they got a big game coming up next week against the Rams, because if they lose and the Saints win, then the Saints are in. But if they win, then they're in the playoffs as the 7 or 6 seed.
So they're so no matter what, if they win, they're in.
Yep.
So it's a playoff game for them already. So they're already they're there.
And it's possible they would play the Rams again in back-to-back weeks.
That would be rough.
Or they could play the Buccaneers potentially.
Also rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would play the Buccaneers. So Buccaneers or Rams. So those are some rough games, but whatever. They're probably going to lose.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And Davis Mills did okay. So
yeah,
nice.
And
Davis
he's still having probably the second best rookie QB year this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's, we make fun of the Texans a lot, but like Davis Mills, like, he might be what they're looking for in the
We've
post.
been singing his
Watson.
praises, dude.
Yeah.
Been very high on Davis Mills this year.
The Texans and Lions are the same in that there's just no team. Like neither of them have a team at all. So the fact that both of those teams still look like passable is commendable.
Yeah. So going forward, good luck.
Yeah.
Then we had the Lions. Speaking of which, lose to the Seahawks by a lot.
Yeah, 51-29.
The second 50 spot on a football weekend. That is
yeah.
Wow, Russell Wilson, 20 of 29, 236, 4 touchdowns. Rashad Penny ran for 170 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
And then,
DK had 3 touchdowns. Like,
Amon-Ra St. Brown, 111 yards, touchdown, and ran for a touchdown and 23 yards.
Yeah.
Woo.
Big game.
He's real good.
He is good. And former Packer backup legend Tim Boyle, 262, 2 TDs, 3 picks. Yeah.
Tim Boyle.
Big thing for the Lions.
Really unfortunate name.
Yeah. Big thing for the Lions is they at least, you got your coach. You got some solid players like DeAndre Swift, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So just going forward, you just keep building.
Yeah.
And everyone loves Dan Campbell, so
yeah, everybody likes him, including me.
I don't think Campbell is getting the axe. I think that they're.
No.
I think that everyone, like, I'm not a Lions fan at all, but like even I can see that, like, he does really, really care about his team. So
yeah, I think
we should get Dan back on here and see how he feels about him.
Oh yeah.
I wonder.
The Dan report on Dan.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think I can get Dan Campbell on the show, but we'll try.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably on Fiverr somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting his coffee.
Then we had the Cardinals Cowboys.
I knew they had it in them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, speaking of which, Dan Campbell, he had a quote where they asked him if he would play tight end because they didn't have enough tight ends, and he was like, "I'm not going to do it because I'd be biting too many kneecaps." He said it.
It's his thing now.
He did that thing.
He did the thing. Cardinals beating the Cowboys. Kyler Murray, 263, 2 touchdowns. Chase Edmonds, 53 yards running. Dak Prescott, 226, 3 touchdowns. And
this is a playoff game.
Playoff game.
Yeah. Good one. It was basically a good one.
This
hopefully we get more games like this in the playoffs. It'll be fun.
Yeah. In fact, these teams might actually play each other in the playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say we're missing an important note here. The Cardinals have a player named Chris Banjo.
Yeah, that dude was on the Packers Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Literally in 2010.
Banjo.
He was actually a really solid special teams guy, which I wish we had him this year. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they got Greg Dortch.
I think or wait, was it 2010? Yeah,
Dortch is a great last name.
It is a good name. It's fun to say.
Dortch.
Greg Dortch.
Yeah, Chris Banjo, good guy, great player, good special teamer, and he threw the 23-yard fake punt completion with a great catch too.
Probably catch of the year, honestly.
Yeah.
How about that Mike McCarthy clock management coach?
Mike McCarthy clock management. You love
They could
to
have
see
won.
it.
They should have won.
It actually gave me like PTSD flashbacks. Like the amount of times we'd get to the end of the game and McCarthy was just out of timeouts. I was just like, well, what are you doing? Like, he would purposefully just use timeouts for no reason. And I was like, I don't understand. And he's still doing it. So have fun.
Yep.
I don't understand.
I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs too. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's the best time for it to happen.
Yeah.
Man, there were, and like some other. I remember there was a time. I think it was like the NFC Championship 07. Favre wanted McCarthy to throw the flag, and he just didn't throw the flag, and everyone got mad. That was another thing. I think he did a dumb timeout thing that game. It was have fun. Either way, Cardinals win, and that's a big win. Get some momentum going. Cardinals feel good.
Really thought the Cowboys had this one.
Nope, they couldn't run the ball.
Yeah,
couldn't run it. 20 yards for Dak on the ground. Ezekiel Elliott with a powerful 16 yards on 9 carries.
Yep. Zeke having himself a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And another big injury, Michael Gallup, the Cowboy receiver, tore ACL out for the year.
Oh, that sucks.
So yeah, that is not good.
If the regular season would have ended today, like it normally does in Week 17, Zeke would have less than 1,000 yards rushing.
Wow.
And only 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I mean, admittedly, it's pretty close to 1,000 yards, and 10 touchdowns is quite a lot.
10 touchdowns, it is good, but it's nowhere near his best season ever.
Yeah,
it's
like
not
Zeke is supposed to be like a top 5 running back.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Saints beat the Panthers. Whoa!
Woo.
18-10. Exciting.
Yep, what a game.
Dinger.
Sammy D with the 132 and a pick. That's not a touchdown. That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard ran for a touchdown. Taysom Hill threw a touchdown in 222 yards, and he ran for 45. And
how's he doing this year statistically?
He's been fine, Like I feel like the reason they don't go with him is exactly what you see with him on the field every day. He's just like he puts up some stats, but ultimately he's not doing enough to get you the win.
Yeah,
he's a Cam Newton kind of player.
Yeah,
and they can still. I mean, they still can get in, but I don't. Like, they need the 49ers to lose to the Rams, which could happen, and then they beat the Falcons, which could happen. So I mean, there is still hope.
Yeah, that does sound actually possible.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Honestly, if they get in, they play the Buccaneers. Who knows? They'll shut them out.
What are they doing next year? The Saints, like, do they? I assume they have to take a QB in the draft, or maybe they're in the
probably.
free agent QB sweepstakes this year.
Mean,
I
they
guess
were actually doing well with Jameis Winston, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they were.
So it's kind of funny that would happen.
I don't think he's the long. I don't think
No.
they view him as the long-term answer, though.
I think they draft one, first or second round, probably.
Yeah, or maybe they try to get A-Rod or Russell Wilson or something.
It's possible.
Might be on the table.
Rodgers has actually hinted at retirement. He was like, "Yeah, I'd
Really?
retire on top." So like, I don't even. Who knows what's gonna happen with him?
On
is he
top
gonna
of what, A-Rod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Showing off his Atlas Shrugged book.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So as long as we win a Super Bowl, that's it. You can leave, go on, do whatever you want.
How quickly the times have changed.
Speaking of which, the Packers.
Yeah,
we won.
Yeah, we won the game.
Yeah, 288, 2 touchdowns. For Rodgers, Aaron Jones had a great day, 76 yards. A.J. Dillon, 63 and 2 touchdowns. That man is a bowling ball, and in the cold, nobody's going to want to tackle him.
Yeah.
And Devontae Adams, 136 yards and a touchdown. Very good. And the Vikings had no Kirk Cousins because plexiglass. So pretty much the Packers just committed to stopping Dalvin Cook, and they did. 13 yards on 9 carries, and that was it.
Yeah.
So
No Dalvin that day.
Devontae Adams having a career season yardage-wise. He's only 2 away from 1,500 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild.
It is very good,
Which makes you appreciate what Jamar Chase is doing even more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because Devontae Adams is like easily one of probably top 5 receivers in the league right now.
Oh, yeah,
Top 3.
easily.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
say top
I
3.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or Tyreek Hill we have to put up there still.
yeah.
Yeah.
Justin
although he's probably
Jefferson-
having a down year, right?
Justin Jefferson's were pretty good.
Justin
Yeah,
Jefferson's
yeah.
pretty damn good too.
Yeah,
He does
Imagine if he
seem
didn't
good.
have Kirk Cousins thrown to him.
yeah.
I mean, Kirk Cousins was doing well this year too.
He was.
Admittedly.
In fact, the
Yeah, but he
Vikings,
sucks.
the Vikings are now eliminated from playoff contention with this loss.
Wow.
And the Packers clinch the number 1 seed. Feels good.
Yeah.
Feels great.
Yeah. Super.
So all the
They're gonna lose it
games,
to the Bucs in the NFC Championship.
it's going to be fun. Who knows what sad, depressing loss we'll have in the playoffs this time, but it's going to be at home. So it'll be cold.
Still, my favorite opening ever was was right after the NFC Championship last season. Krendor, the first thing you hear is just sadness and pain during Rob's intro. It's so good.
It's just it can't keep happening, right? It's been like what 5 straight. 5.
Oh, it can and will.
I mean, listen.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a divisional loss this time.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah.
Wait, there's no NFC North teams in here. Oh, you mean the round? I thought you meant like an actual divisional loss.
No,
yeah, I don't know. At least I don't have to worry about the wild card weekend. That's good. I gotta sit back, watch the games, have fun.
Are they gonna bench starters next week?
They
good, right?
They might actually play like a half or something. From what I've heard, like Devontae Adams came out and was like, "Yeah, I want to play." So like, who knows? I think they'll play a quarter or a half and then put in the backups.
Yeah.
Either way, feels good. Here we go again. Woo! Then we had the Steelers beat the Browns in a game.
Hey, I'm conflicted. I'm very conflicted because watching this game, I teared up at the end. I was kind of crying. I was like, man, this is it, huh? Like. This is
the Roethlisberger era. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like sad that like I want to be able to root for my team and my quarterback, going off into the sunset, but he's kind of a piece of shit. So it's like, it feels weird to cry over someone who sucks so incredibly much. But at the same time, it's more because like I haven't known. The last quarterback I knew, Cordell Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember
quarterback that I remember, and I didn't even watch football that much back then. So like, this is like how many years of my life I've been watching this guy play football for us.
He started in 2004. I literally was a freshman in high school.
Yeah. It's been 18 fucking years.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that it's over now, but I think it's just more, like obviously he's a piece of shit and he sucks, but like I think it's just more for the team and his position in the team. That's like,
our piece of shit is gone.
Yeah. But that's definitely the conflicting feeling I had at the end of the game. But I'm happy that we won. We won the game. Also, TJ fucking Watt is Defensive Player of the Year, and if he doesn't win, I'm going to fly to NFL headquarters and have mean words.
There's no way he doesn't. If he's gonna get close to Lawrence Taylor's record, like
it's what's his face, Strahan. Who has
Michael Strahan.
Okay.
We all know that Tom's going to get Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, true. He is a quarterback.
If it makes you feel any better, I had the same feelings when Favre retired, and then we got Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, you never know.
But
Mason Rudolph's waiting.
Steelers have Mason Rudolph. So. Okay, so Apollo, do you see the Steelers going quarterback this year in the draft?
In the draft, I think it heavily depends on. I think they're going to try to get Rodgers or Wilson. Like they're going to try. I'm almost certain. And if they can't, then they have to. They're not going to play Mason Rudolph next year.
I just don't see Rodgers leaving Green Bay ever. I really don't.
Yeah. I don't know. He's actually gotten better
every
with the front office.
I mean, every time we talk about it, it seems like it's like, oh, this is it, and then it's like, oh yeah, we just re-signed him. I can't see him actually going, and who knows how much of that is actually smoke and mirrors for everyone.
I mean, I would rather have Wilson anyway, like just because Wilson.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's got
annoying.
I think he's got more upside because I mean, Rodgers is coming. How many years has Rodgers been in the league now? It's he's after Roethlisberger, he's got to be the most tenured besides Brady, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
maybe him and Matt Ryan.
2005, he came into the league. So a year after.
So a year after. Jeez.
Yeah, but he didn't play for 3 years, so he was just sitting.
Right.
Yeah. I think the Steelers front office is probably the best front office in football. So whatever they do, I trust them. I trust them fully.
I would trust them.
Yeah.
I definitely would.
As long as they don't, if they fucking play Rudolph, like that better be a tank. Like they better be attempting to tank.
I see. The Steelers do not strike me as a team that tanks even close to remotely.
They're not playing Rudolph because if you play Rudolph, you are tanking. Like I wonder. Is that bad?
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do.
I remember a point where he was the answer for Pittsburgh when he first came into the league.
I mean, You never know if he.
No,
if
we
he
know.
actually
We
starts.
know. We know now. Did you watch the Lions game? We know.
I mean, it's a game, I mean, maybe
Oh,
give him 16 or 17.
I don't want to
maybe.
give him any.
It's fair.
Meanwhile, the Browns, they
Yep.
what
Why?
happened this season?
Okay.
I don't remember
Flashback.
what our divisional winners were, but I'm pretty sure that at least one of us picked the Browns to win the division.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. Yeah.
Flashback,
Yeah.
like whenever I always think this was like 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, when Baker got injured, I said, your season's over. Give him his surgery, take him out. You're done. Like, don't fuck him up just because you think you still have a chance at the playoffs. It's over.
Yeah.
And they stupidly just kept fucking playing him. And now I don't know if he's like, I mean, he's going to get the surgery anyway now, but they could have fucked him up forever now. He could just be trash now.
Yeah.
Because he
the RG3 type of injury.
Fucking stupid decision. They still haven't learned their goddamn lesson. Talk about bad front offices. Like, that's how you screw up your franchise quarterback.
Yep.
Like, so stupid. Like,
go on.
Baker's been on the decline. This is his worst season by far.
Oh yeah.
In terms of stats and
injured. Like, he was fine at the start of the year, and then he like broke his shoulder or whatever that injury he had.
Is the torn labrum is the same thing as the Andrew Luck injury.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But it's not his throwing shoulder, at least, which is good, I suppose. But apparently, with that injury, with the torn labrum or whatever, like that, it doesn't actually heal. Like the stuff that's still that, like it'll heal in a way that you can move your arm, but the stuff that used to be there will never be there anymore. It's just scar tissue, and you never have the full mobility of that joint anymore. So.
Yeah,
he's
lucky it's not his throwing arm.
Keenum is not a terrible backup. Keenum is
he's good.
He won a game.
Played Keenum and
he started.
He won.
Yeah. I mean, he led the Vikings to what was the championship game?
Yeah,
or the
championship game.
Yeah, like
Minnesota
he's
Miracle.
a good quarterback. He's obviously not the best. He's not as good as Baker, but you didn't have to fucking do this, and it was for nothing. You did it for nothing.
Yeah.
What a stupid fucking gamble that was.
I agree. Yeah.
And congratulations, Browns. You're out of the playoffs.
Hooray!
Playoff contention. Right.
And you know what's wild to me too is that there's talk of them moving on from Baker. And honestly, like I don't get it. I understand he's not the greatest QB in the world. I understand, especially this year is a down year for him. But do you remember what it was like? I mean, it's not that long ago. It's only 4 years. Like, remember all the other QBs that you want to go down that road again? I mean, come on. That blows me away.
You at least have to. I think we talked about it way back, but like, you at least have to give him the 5th-year option and see what he does.
Yeah, at a minimum.
Yeah. And maybe after that, if he plays badly and he's like healthy, then you move on. But like, you need to at least do one more.
But I mean, even like, here's the thing: like, if they get in the draft, right, getting a QB that's as good as Baker is hard. It's hard to find a QB that's as good. Granted, he's like somewhere around average, maybe slightly above average, maybe slightly below average. That's really fucking hard to find. The Browns should know how hard it is to find a QB.
Unless you're the Patriots, of course.
Right. Well, yeah.
Well, even look at Trevor Lawrence. They're like, this dude's going to change everybody. And then he's like, he did what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you also you have a division rival who's looking now too. So
right,
you have to look over them. Like,
if I'm the Browns organization, like I'm like, okay, what can we do to make Baker's life easier? Not how we get rid of this fucking guy. Like I don't know. If they move on from Baker, like they deserve the suck that they get, which will be a lot.
I would probably spend the first rounder on like a wide receiver or something.
Yeah.
So then they just lost OBJ. So like you gotta, get him some weapons.
Yeah.
See what he can do. And then the worst case scenario, you get a different quarterback the next year that can also use those weapons. There you go.
Yeah. In theory.
But that is week 17, and now the NFL Power Rankings.
Thank you, Coach Crendor. The final power rankings of the regular season. The NFL's biggest season ever. Top 5 of the NFL power rankings going into week 18, starting with Robert.
Chiefs.
Chiefs is correct.
All right.
Good job, Bear.
Thank you.
Bucs.
Yes, indeed. Coach.
Packers.
Yeah. Apollo.
Rams.
Yeah. Robert.
All right. This is the tough one.
This is either, it. You got it, Rob.
I mean, look, I think Dan Hansis and NFL.com would probably rank the Cowboys above the Cardinals, but the Cardinals literally just beat the Cowboys, so I'll have to go Cardinals.
That is 100% totally incorrect, Bear.
Jesus Christ.
Is it the Dallas Cowboys?
It is not the Dallas Cowboys. Coach Crendor for the reverse sweep.
Is it the Cincinnati Bengals?
It is indeed the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow. The Bungles now roaring into the 5th spot, up from 4 from the 9th spot. Not the thinnest dink, by the way. The Chiefs now at the 4th position, dropping from 2nd to 4th. The Bucs leapfrogging them from 4th to 3rd. The Rams now going into the 2nd position from 3rd place, and the Packers still staying at number 1. Congrats to Coach Crendor. Rounding out the top 10 here may surprise a lot of you. The Bills sitting at 6th. The Titans back in it now at 7th. The Patriots stayed at 8th. The Cardinals now moved up from 10th to 9th. And the Dallas Cowboys now careening down, dropping 4 spots from the 6th to the 10th spot now, still remaining in the top 10. Now, Robert, here we go.
Okay.
All right. This is your moment, Rob.
I'm excited.
The fattest doink. The fallen is the doink. The doink is the fallen, remember.
Right, of course. That's the motto around here. Yeah, the doink is the fallen.
This team has fallen 6 spots. 6 spots. I'm not going to give you any other hint other than let you know that they were previously in the top 10 last week, and now they are not. Name this team, Robert.
Okay, so they were in... Oh, is it the... Are they going to... Is it the Colts?
It is indeed the Indianapolis Colts, dropping from the 5th spot all the way down to the 11th spot.
Wow.
A change in the NFL COVID-19 protocols last week allowed Carson Wentz to play on Sunday against the Raiders, but the quarterback wasn't much help of his team. Big surprise there. And a disappointing last-second loss. Wentz delivered an uneven performance that once again leaves a question about how much Indy can trust its passer in the crucible of the playoffs. The Colts need to get there first, of course. Their simplest route is a win in Jacksonville. Potentially disturbing fact, the Colts haven't won a road game against the Jaguars in more than 7 years.
That's hilarious, actually.
7 years. Now we move on to Bear Taffy.
Yeah.
Bear, the thinnest dink. This team has risen from the 21st spot to the 16th spot. Now, coming off a huge win, exciting win over division rival. Name this team, Bear.
Oh, God. Eagles?
It is indeed not the Eagles. It is the New Orleans Saints. The Saints rising from the 21st to the 16th spot. Somehow that's worth 5 rankings in the rankings, Dan, but let's go ahead and go for it. Leapfrogging over the Miami Dolphins, who got an honorable mention in the fattest doink, now dropping 5 spots from the 12th to the 17th spot. I don't know why they were 12th in the first place.
Yeah.
And there you go. Now, Apollo, this one's for you. True or false? The Pittsburgh Steelers are ranked above the just mentioned Miami Dolphins in the NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com Power Rankings.
True?
That is indeed not correct. That is false. The Dolphins ranked at 17th, like I just got done mentioning. The Steelers, the 8-7-1 Steelers, ranking in the 18th spot, right behind the Dolphins, coming up from the 20th spot to the 18th. And then finally, Coach Crendor, this is the one for you here.
All right.
You're gonna love this one, Coach.
All right.
Here we go. All right. Think really hard.
Okay.
True or false? The Jets are now ranked above the Houston Texans in the NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com Power Rankings, Ham Power.
Ham power.
Ham power.
It's got to be true.
That is indeed incorrect. The Texans are still ranked above the Jets, despite not doing anything in the 27th spot. The Jets, however, they did move up, Rob. They did move
up.
Oh,
okay.
They went right up, Rob, into the 28th spot from the 29th spot now, taking over the Detroit Lions, who dropped from the 28th to the 29th spot. The Panthers stayed at 30th. The Giants stayed at 31st. And finally, the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars, right where they're supposed to be, in the 32nd spot. And I got to say that really quickly, the write-up on Trevor Lawrence is great. From Dan, he says, Trevor Lawrence's rookie season has gone terribly, and there are moments during the Jaguars' latest lopsided loss, this time a 50-10 shellacking. I didn't realize that shellacking was spelled S-H-E-L-L, by the way. I thought it was S-H-A-L, but, 50-10 shellacking at the hands of the Patriots, where we couldn't help but wonder what lasting effects this year might have on the number 1 overall pick. Lawrence threw 3 more interceptions on Sunday. His only highlight came on a garbage time screen TD pass that ended the streak of 184 pass attempts without a score. Given Lawrence's generational talents and the melodrama that conspired to melt his debut campaign, it's fair to say no team has a more important offseason in front of them than the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's going to do it for the final power rankings of the regular season of this season. Back up now to everybody in the booth for Pick'ems, where I'm the crown king for 3 years in a row. We're number
crown
1.
king.
We're number
Crown
1.
King.
That's what they call you, the crown king.
That's they call it that. Yeah.
Crown King. Pick'ems time. Pick'ems.
Or I mean, and stats, I assume.
But stats first, yes.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, the old stats this week, me and Sinvicta both go 15-2.
Good job, Coach. Way to go.
Thank you. Shooting past Rob and Apollo. Then
Hey, I mean, pick the bunch. All right, you're lucky.
That's
You're
still
lucky
on
I was
12 and
shooting
5.
for top 3. All right.
yeah, the 3 went 12-5. Discord went 12-5, and Randy going 7-9.
Oh,
Randy.
Oof,
Poor Randy.
tough week.
He's going to have himself a run to get back to 50% this week.
I hope he does it, dude. I am pulling for that miracle week. Like,
It would be
the
hilarious.
most beautiful thing.
He had one really good week this year, right? Like
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Like 2
Several
weeks ago.
very, very bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sinvicta is now 10-0 and locking NFC teams this season.
Woo!
How many of those are the Bucs?
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't matter.
It still counts.
Is 4-5 when picking the Titans and 0-7 when picking against them. This
I love
ties
Krender's sloth face in the burning meteor flying down towards Earth.
this ties Bear for the worst single team prediction record this season.
Now you don't need to mention that.
I mean we're equal.
Yeah.
Apollo's the only one who has picked against every team this season.
That's an interesting stat.
That is interesting. He's picked every team at least twice and picked against every team at least twice. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
And Rob has struggled picking games between teams with equal records, 20-22.
Yeah. That makes sense, honestly.
Yeah.
I always struggle with that.
Apollo, I just gotta say the way that your profile picture's cropped makes it look like you have one really long tongue that goes to the side of your head.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
You can't unsee that now. You're welcome.
Yeah, you did that to me.
And Randy has the best record predicting the Chargers this season at 7-5.
Literal coin flip team, I guess.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yep.
I love that both Rob, Apollo, and Discord are all 8-8 on the Chargers. Exactly.
Literally
Yep.
coin flip team. That's just that. You can't be any better than that.
Except the coin flip's better.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And
Yeah,
Sinvicta
exactly.
is the worst at 6-10.
Yeah, I apparently really overestimate what they can do.
Yep. So let's get to picking them.
And also, before we do pick'ems, I wanted to mention too. There's that great the power rankings progression.
Oh yeah, you did the
charts.
power ranking progressions. You can see.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
The Packers, the Packers and the Buccaneers are they're just like levels above everything else.
It's actually
The power
wild
ranking.
seeing the Bengals go from the worst to like the best.
Yeah.
They were 30th. So
Oof.
yeah, big oofs out there.
That
big oofs.
Dolphins curve is a wild one, let me tell you.
That is a wild one.
I loved it right at the end. It was like, shit, never mind.
Yeah. It's like, oh, they're losing 7 in a row. Oh, they're winning 7 in a row. Oh, no, they're still the Dolphins.
And the Saints are just up, down, up,
Yeah.
up, down, 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 up, up, up.
Again, shout out to Pixel Haven for all the incredible work that he does, along with everyone else in the Discord who provides the data and everything. Hippo Nora for organizing everything. Thank you again for another awesome season of putting way too much effort and stuff that we don't deserve. So thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
seriously.
We appreciate it.
We really do.
Because we would not have any of this otherwise.
No.
Yeah.
So time to pick them. Here we go. We've got on Saturday the Chiefs Broncos.
Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs.
Wait, are the Chiefs sitting starters?
I don't think so. They're playing for
do not.
positions.
Yeah,
They
they're playing
can't
for
sit.
number 1. So
Yeah.
I'll be locking the Chiefs.
No, you fucker! Your sentence was too long.
You decided for too long, and now it's mine.
I'm going
I
Chiefs.
was asking that question to pick it.
I'll
Go
be
Chiefs, go Chiefs.
going Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going with Chiefs.
Yeah, there's no easy locks this week. It's all divisional.
I was going to pick the
Yep.
Chiefs, though.
And now you must choose again.
You must choose again.
Then we have Cowboys Eagles Saturday night.
Yeah, it's the Cowboys.
Give me the Eagles.
What?
The Eagles are playing for playoffs.
They're
aren't they?
playing
They-
for a playoff spot. Oh no, they have it. Never
Well,
mind.
they have the
Wait.
spot actually, but
Oh, yeah,
well,
actually,
actually, the Eagles I think are locked. No, they're either getting 6 or 7, so they're playing for the 6.
Okay, I didn't realize they had already locked their ticket. Never mind. I'm giving the Cowboys. I thought they were playing for way more.
Yeah, I didn't know the Eagles are in. That is wild. That is absurd, actually.
Yeah, I'll be taking the Cowboys on this one because
I think
the
the
Cowboys are actually still playing for the number 2 seed, I believe.
They are, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Yeah.
All right.
All boys.
Then we got Hogs Giants.
That'll be a Hogs for me.
Yeah, I'll
and
take the Hogs. The
yeah.
Giants are sad.
I'll also take the Hogs.
I'll take the Washington Stadium barriers.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good lock if you want one. I'm telling you right now. I regretted not locking against the Giants last week. They
Yeah.
I guess I'll take the Washington garbage trucks.
Yeah. That'd be a better name than Senators.
It would actually.
Yeah.
By the way, there's gonna be another NFL on Nickelodeon playoff wild card game this year. I'm
Oh,
pumped for that.
baby.
Hell
We
yeah.
have a new
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah,
but,
MVP.
but much Trabunky won't be in there this time around.
Well, he could be. It could be a little Bills action.
Yeah,
you
Might
know?
be, I think it's only NFC teams, so they, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe Jalen Hurts might get the MVP. Who knows?
It could happen.
Then
Most
we,
prestigious award in football.
yep.
Yeah, maybe
Excited
they'll call him
to see
Jalen
who-
Heels.
I mean, next week when we know, we got to make our predictions on who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we got Bengals Browns.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah.
Bengals for sure.
Taking the Bengals. Although it's divisional, you never know.
It is.
It-
Still take
it
Bengals.
does.
Hey,
It
Case
doesn't
Keenum
matter.
is starting. If that affects your decision.
Yeah, no, definitely Bengals anyway. So yeah.
Steelers Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm gonna pick sadness based, so I'll go Ravens.
Is Lamar playing?
I think he probably will, if I had to guess.
Let me look this up.
I'm gonna go Ravens anyway. I think the Ravens will win it.
Yeah. Ravens
I don't
at home.
know.
Yeah.
Pushing to play the season finale. Yeah, apparently he's pushing to play, but it's still up in the air. So yeah, whatever. I'll go Ravens. Sure.
Okay, we all Ravens.
Yeah.
All right, confident.
Blair loves to meme pick the Steelers. Not
I
do it,
do,
man.
yeah. It's just, I gotta go.
Just
Ravens.
pick him, Barrett. Pick him.
No, I'm gonna go Ravens, I guess.
Actually, everybody's picking the Ravens. I'm gonna take the Steelers. I don't want to be like,
Oh, God damn it.
I gotta do it.
Look, you guys are all playing for second place anyway, so good
I'm
luck.
playing for first, dude. I'm coming undefeated
Okay.
this week.
All right.
You've already
Packers.
picked with them 4 times. I think you're already mathematically eliminated now.
Yeah.
Packers Lions.
Locking the Packers. I'm locking the Packers.
Okay.
Wait a
Wait,
minute.
No,
Wait a
they're
minute.
sitting starters. I'm not. I'm
Packers
just
are
kidding.
going to sit the
No, Rob already
starters.
said it. He
I
already
did
lost
not.
him.
I did not. I
You
didn't
did
say it.
say
Word
it.
is bond,
No,
my
somebody
friend.
else said that.
Word is bond.
But wait, is Jared
I didn't
Goff,
agree to this.
Every time I ask if Jared Goff is playing, people say yes, and he doesn't fucking play. Is he dead?
Yeah.
That's a great
He
question.
died, yeah.
Jared Goff.
Is he
Goff
dead?
is hopeful to play in season finale.
All right.
All right. Well, it's going to be the Packers anyway. So
Yeah,
it
I'm
doesn't
still
matter.
taking the Packers.
Yeah, I'll still take the
Give
Packers,
me
but I'm
the
not locking.
Lions, baby.
Whoa.
He's going the Lions.
He's doing the Lion.
He's doing the Lions.
It didn't work that last week. It's got to work this week, right?
It could.
Oh God, Apollo has progressively turned into Coach Krendor as the season goes
He
on.
really is.
Hey, I already look. I can't get first, so I'm just gonna try to
Yeah, just
have a
do it.
fun last week. You know.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Pick some
That's
upset.
the spirit.
Colts, Jaguars.
So that stat someone read earlier. The Colts have never won against the
Yeah,
Jaguars in
dude.
7
I'm picking the
years.
Yep.
Jaguars. Absolutely.
Excuse me, someone read, Rob?
I don't. Well, I don't.
I just read it in the power rankings.
Look, I don't remember what I said 4
You could have
sentences
just
ago.
stopped it. Remember?
That's true.
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
He doesn't even remember that he locked the Packers.
I am no fool to hope, and there is no hope. So I'll be taking the Colts.
I am taking the Jaguars. I
I'm
can't.
totally
You guys
taking
are
the Jags, dude. It's
Oh.
a
7
the last
years!
week.
I'm picking
7
for
years.
fun, and I still don't think the Colts are. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still taking the Colts here.
Chance
a-
of losing this game.
This is an
Seven-
this is
go
an absolute must win for the Colts. They cannot
Yeah.
lose this. I have to take the Colts on this, Rob.
All right, but hear me out. If that stat is correct, and they have not won in 7 years, that means that they already beat them this year too.
no at
That's
home.
why they're
No,
gonna.
they're,
That's on the road.
Oh.
they're talking about on the road. Yeah.
Colts are still. They're gonna win. The
wait,
streak
so the
ends.
Colts. So
The Colts have not.
ne-
The Colts have not beaten Jacksonville in 7 years.
I'm still
Yeah, you
taking the
didn't.
Jag. I'm doing it.
He's
I'm
doing
doing
it, man.
I'm doing
Okay.
it. I'm still
Well,
taking it.
Bears, Vikings.
The first of the many.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yep.
Legitimately, who cares? Give me the Vikings. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Vikings.
I don't care. Actually, this
Yeah.
isn't even fun to pick either team, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pick as quickly as possible so that I can just get over with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bears. Species
Oh.
allegiance.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna also go Bears.
All right.
I'm going to go Vikings because I don't know. I guess my fiance has Bubblegum Viking as her name, so you know.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
like
works.
a good reason.
That's
Well,
week
that-
18.
That is true. I'm gonna switch to Vikings. I forgot.
Oh,
Rob's
let's-
he's got fiance power.
Exactly, it's true.
Titans, Texans. I'm locking the Titans.
You
Ooh.
bitch.
You gotta be quicker, Rob.
Will see. I was waffling. I was like, should I do it? But you know,
Well, you already
lost
locked the
two.
Packers, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not so sure I did.
You forgot.
Titans.
I'm taking Titans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raiders. Or wait, I was looking at the old game. Never mind.
Not
Yeah.
correct.
Saints, Falcons.
Falcons are eliminated. Saints are not eliminated and playing for a potential playoff spot. I'm gonna take the Falcons.
The Falcons love beating the Saints at home, especially if it means ruining their playoff hopes.
That is true.
So-
They would love to ruin it, but I think the Saints are
Yeah.
going to show up and win. So I'm going
No.
Saints.
No, I know this matchup. I'm going Falcons.
I'm gonna take Saints,
I'm also
But-
gonna take the Saints.
Ooh.
but I don't know. It is. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Seahawks,
That's all
Cardinals.
I had.
Guards.
Cards. Yeah.
Cards.
I don't know. They just look pretty good to me. I'm taking Cardinals.
I mean, the Seahawks did just put up 50 something.
Yeah,
last
but it was
week,
against the
so-
Lions. But the
Yeah,
Cardinals
sure.
did lose to the Lions.
Also true.
Oh yeah, that happened. The fuck?
This has been proven time again that doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Bills, Jets.
I'm gonna lock the Bills.
Oh.
Give me the New York Football Jets.
Oh my God. I'm going Bills.
He's insane. I'm going Bills.
Yeah.
I gotta take the Bills there. Yeah, it's the Bills.
Yeah.
There's about 0% chance. I don't know what you're
Give
picking.
me you guys are gonna, your minds are gonna be blown.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure.
So
Yeah,
win
it's
by
possible.
when they win by 2 scores, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck happened?" You're gonna be like, "The Bills. You're about to go into the playoffs, and this is what is wrong with you?" Like,
Zach Wilson season, baby.
Panthers, Bucks.
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 Go Bucs.
Yeah, it's an easy one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of easy ones,
Patriots, Dolphins.
Pet.
Pats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that easy. The Dolphins are the Patriots' Achilles heel.
The Dolphins beat the Patriots a lot.
That is true.
Yeah.
The Patriots still.
The Patriots lose to the Dolphins in surprising ways.
And they lose to the Dolphins usually at this time of year.
Yes,
too.
they do.
They lost to the Dolphins already once this year,
That
so you
is
never know. I'm still picking the
But-
Patriots.
But the Patriots have also been kicking a whole lot of ass on the road, so I'm taking the Patriots.
Yeah,
I'm still
I'm also
going
going to take the Patriots, but I definitely can see the
But I just
Dolphins
wanted to
winning
make sure everyone knew that if the Dolphins win, I at least said something about it.
I'm
I might
taking the
get-
Dolphins.
Let's
Wow.
go!
Yeah.
Got one.
There.
It's exactly what they're describing, dude. This is the disaster formula. Miami, like you say, Atlanta loves to ruin New Orleans' chances. Miami fucking loves ruining New England.
Yeah,
It's their favorite thing.
That is true.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah.
And a Dolphin would lose to a Patriot in a fight.
That
it's
means it should go the other way.
Yeah, the counter
Oh,
ladder, dude.
that's
Counter.
true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have to worry about whether they're in the water. I'm gonna have to add that to the chart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we're
whether or
gonna
not
get
the
more
Patriots
to the chart.
have a musket or not.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, pull up how powerful a musket shot is underneath the water.
Guns do not work very well underwater. I can tell you that right away. So a musket's not going to do
A
anything.
musket will definitely not. Yeah, I mean modern guns maybe, but
Even modern guns don't do
49ers, Rams.
Locking the Rams.
okay.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah.
I think you're the last lock anyway, so I don't think you.
Nah, I gotta lock something too.
Gotta like something.
shit.
I mean, you like the Buccaneers. That's an easy one.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one locked that. Actually, it's stupidly easy.
Yeah.
This one's spooky because the
I
Niners
could
are
see
playing.
the 49ers winning it.
Bear, if you want the Rams, I'll lock the Bucs.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I'll lock the Bucs.
That sounds good. Don't be all like reticent about it now. I thought you offered it to me. That was your
Well, I thought I was giving you the easy one. So,
This is such a close game. You guys are insane. The Niners are playing for a playoff spot, and the Rams are, they are also technically playing for the number 1 seed, but
The Niners are also
seed.
Wait, they can't get they're only playing for the 2 seed. Yeah, this is a close game. This is
the
actually
the Niners are also bad.
True.
Yeah, but they're fighting for a
True.
playoff spot to try to win it.
He's right about
that. Give me the Niners.
Oh, look at this guy.
I'm still taking the Rams.
When's the last time someone picked against 2 locks in one week?
It's probably me, honestly.
We'll get the stat next week.
Probably last week, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and with Randy thrown into the mix, who knows? So.
That's a good point. I'm taking the Rams still, though, I will say.
And Chargers, Raiders.
Oof.
Right, Chargers? Right?
It's got to be the Chargers, right?
Right,
They got to
Chargers?
win this. It's got to Chargers.
Chargers?
I'm
gonna take the Chargers, but I don't know, man.
I'm taking the Raiders, dude. I'm feeling it.
Oh,
I'm feeling like the dark magics are conspiring to
surprised no
create a
one's
Vegas
picking-
victory.
Picking the tie, dude. Like, imagine.
It could
I mean,
happen.
it could happen, right?
So my logic, as the person who's picked the Chargers the worst, my initial reaction was to say Raiders, which you would think means Chargers are going to win. But I think the Raiders win this at home.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sound logic there.
Yep.
Inconceivable.
But I'm going to take the Raiders.
All right.
Okay.
That's it. Final week of the season before the big old honking playoffs start.
No, wait, you forgot about Randy. You forgot about Randy.
Randy.
It's because he started singing the music. It threw me off.
Hey, I didn't even remember it this time either.
Oh my God.
What are you doing? All right, here we go. Randy.
Hurry
All
up,
right.
they got a shit.
Randy is taking the Chiefs. Or no, he's taking the Broncos.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Randy.
my God.
It's supposed to be the comeback season,
He's
Randy.
taking the Eagles.
Randy, no!
Okay, he's taking the Hogs.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
He's taking the Browns.
Oh, no.
He's taking the Steelers.
Okay.
He's taking the Packers.
Okay,
He's
Randy.
taking
All
the
right.
Jaguars.
Oh, Randy.
He's taking the Vikings. He's taking the Titans.
Okay,
He's
Randy.
taking the Falcons.
Okay.
He's
okay.
taking the Seahawks. He's taking the New York Jets.
Let's go, Randy.
Randy's going out hot.
Taking the Buccaneers.
Okay.
He's taking the Patriots.
Okay.
He's taking the 49ers.
Yeah.
And he's
Wrong.
taking the Raiders.
Go Randy.
Randy.
Thank you everyone for the
And-
regular season.
That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I got $1. $1 over there. We got $2. $3. I'm just gonna stop the recording.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah. Bye.